Hi guys, and welcome back to Leslie Through the Looking Glass. For those of you that are new here, hi, my name is Leslie. For my returning viewers, as always, thank you so much for coming back to support my channel. It really means so much. All right, guys, happy Mental Health Monday. Let's just dive into it, shall we? Oh, it's been a rough go for me this week. I'm sure it has for a lot of people. Right, so most of last week was fine. Going into the weekend, elephant in the room, Roe versus Wade being overturned really just, it did a number on me. Um, yeah, and I am struggling. Anxiety wise, this is what I have a hard time with, like world events, our nation's events. Um, I internalize a lot of them. I get very emotional. I get very reactive. Um, yeah, I'd like to follow media coverage because I like to be informed, but going down that can be a slippery slope. I've done okay-ish. I feel like not getting overly, overly like, not. I am overly panicked. Like I'm not reading every single thing that comes out, every alert that hits my phone. Like I'm doing my best to not go down like too many of the personal stories and all the things, because I also struggle because I'm an empath. So if I read too much about what somebody goes through or their family or whatever, I carry that like emotional reaction with me, um, a lot. So yeah, I don't want this to. First of all, okay, let's just throw a couple things out there. It is your based on this country, you are entitled to whatever opinion you want. We are not all going to have the same opinion. I don't expect you to have the same opinion I have. I just want to throw that out there. I do, if anybody chooses to comment on this or share in the comments, I do expect everybody to be adult and kind. You can have a varying opinion, and as long as you can discuss it calmly and rationally and nicely and not put other sides down, that's fine, right? So A. And B, you know, for me personally, I just, I, I hate it. There's too much, like, from, okay, let me explain my stance, I guess, so that I can explain explain why this is so hard for me mentally. For me and how it pertains to me, I am pro life. I struggled conceiving. I've had many miscarriages. I very much so, wanted another baby. Um, it wasn't our plan. It didn't appear, and we're content with that choice. But like in my mind, if I had another viable pregnancy before or after my daughter, like there's no way I could do anything but have and take care of that child. Um, you know, but that being said, I also believe that that is my choice between me and my family and my doctor. Um, I don't believe that my choice is the same for everybody else. I don't. I very much so believe in pro choice for women if that's what's in their best interest and that's what they need to do to survive. Especially struggling with mental health. I can't imagine struggling with your mental health and being in a really unhealthy relationship or being in a bad situation and having to make that choice. Um, stuff like that. I also can't imagine having a daughter and getting pregnant and miscarrying and risking dying of infection because it is illegal for them to help me. Like that's insane. And the problem with this is so many things are now left to the states that they can say, even if this is medically necessary, you can't have it. And that's scary. And as a mom of a daughter who's going to grow up and maybe have a family one day, terrifying. So, yeah, I've been struggling with that a lot. I, you know, our state is a very red state, and right now we have exemptions for rape, incest, and medically necessary. But what, what does medically necessary mean? Who makes that decision? What gray area is there that they can still, find issue with? Like, I believe the last I read on Indiana for the medical necessity, like ectopic pregnancies didn't even get included to that, and that will literally kill you. So it's scary, especially because technically, we're done trying to have a family. But what if, my IUD fails and I end up pregnant with a non-viable pregnancy, or something happens and I can't get the help I need? Like, that's mind-blowing to me. But yeah, so I've been struggling with that and the ramifications and the things we're probably going to see in this country. Some states, had trigger laws, so this is very much so already, a thing. I've read some stories online about, people needing DNCs and not being able to get them right away, and doctors calling lawyers and stuff to make sure what they're doing is legally safe so they don't get the risk of losing their license. And that's scary. Like, a doctor shouldn't have to do that. If it's what's required to save their patient, I can't believe that they have to try to jump through those hoops. I feel terrible for medical professionals. But that being said, all that aside, like, that has been really taking a toll on me and my mental health. It has definitely ramped up my anxiety. We had a birthday party this weekend at like an indoor play place, and it was very crowded. So like, my anxiety of like keeping my eyes on Amelia, making sure I knew where she was, and was, like, I try to give her the freedom that I can, but it's also then stressful for me. And when there's so many kids and I would like lose sight of her for a minute and have to like scan till I found her, would start to panic me. And I think that was very much directly because I was already so heightened with my other anxious feelings. Now that a few days have passed, I definitely, I am more rational and calm about it, but it takes me a few days, especially with these big events that affect so many, to work through my steps. And like, one of the things I've learned is like making a plan for myself. So like, X, Y, and Z, if these things happened and all of that, this is, what my logical ideas would be, and like, this is what I would follow up with. I kind of gotten that through my head, and I'm a little bit more like even keel on it, as opposed to like borderline panic feeling. So I definitely think that amped up my party concerns, because I'd already be a little bit anxious in that situation, but like, Amelia is so big now and growing so much and loves being around other kids, and she's a good kid. She takes turns. Like, I trust, her to be able to do what I think she should be doing most of the time at her age, reasonable expectations. But like, the thought of me like getting my eyes off of her for a minute just was like gripping me. But once it started like quieting down and there's a few less kids and stuff, I was able to definitely like take an extra breath, and be less nervous about it. But yeah, those are the main struggles I've had. Otherwise, things have been pretty good. But yeah, it's hard, and it's hard not to let the outside like life affect you and really like hit home when it's something that could affect you in a big way at some point. So I know that probably this makes a lot of other people anxious. I know I am not alone. But just know that you're not alone. And if these things do make you anxious, it is completely okay. Just remember though that you really need to like take a step back. Make sure you don't just focus on it if it is not healthy for you. Make sure you step away and do some sort of self-care. I Sunday was going to take a bath during nap time because that is something I love to do for self-care. But it was pretty warm out, and I started running the tub and decided, you know what? If I do that, I'm going to be on my phone. I'm not going to disconnect. I'm not going to like actually take time for me. And I started my Lego Disney castle outside by my husband while he was playing his video games, and we did kind of our thing, separate but in the same room. And that was a much better choice for me because I didn't read any articles. I didn't see anybody posting about stuff on their social media. I really took a little bit of time to just not be in that space. And that's just my big reminder. I think it's amazing how many people are choosing to share their beliefs and their opinions and their outrage or whatever it may be that you're experiencing and sharing. I think that's why social media essentially exists, is we like finding people that have the same experiences as us. It gives us a camaraderie, but it's also important to make sure that you're not letting it affect you too much. And I was definitely getting to that point. And so I definitely had to step away for a little bit and not, I don't think I was, other than doing my own posts and stuff on Sunday for 626 and like some engagement that I like to do before and after I post. Other than that, I really stayed off stories. I stayed off of pretty much everything else and I just didn't go there for my own self. And that was helpful for me. And same thing today, honestly. I had a really busy morning getting stuff done because after Amelia's swim class, we were meeting up with a friend from out of town. So I just have kind of taken that little bit of a break to not like constantly be seeing it. And that has really helped me as well. But yeah, that's really all I have, guys. I know this kind of went far down that hole, and I apologize. Because if you're like me, you probably don't need to be hearing more about it right now. But I also, this is, a very, very honest channel, and I always share what's going on with me personally in my journey. And this has just been a tough few days because of that, so I had to share it. But like I said, make sure that if you are also struggling with this kind of information, that you're protecting yourself and doing what you need to do for your mental health. Whether it's stepping it away, whether it's, some sort of self-care, whatever it may be. Because it's an overwhelming time, and we don't need anything else to bring us down on our mental health. There's enough going on in the world. But yeah. Alright, guys, that's all I have today. Ooh. Sorry, guys. Saturday, I will have a Magic Mail unboxing. One of my small shops I work with sent me some Halloween goodies to show you guys that is items coming to our shop soon, or that are already posted. And I will share those with you guys. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen most of it on my stories, but I'm going to show it on here as well. And then don't forget, if you follow my Disney content as well. I did post my Magic Kingdom video this past Saturday, and you'll want to watch that, because if you comment and give me a tip, a trick, or a bucket list item for you, or a favorite, you will get an entry to a giveaway that will end in September for a small gift from the parks when I go. So make sure you do that too. If you're not already, please consider hitting subscribe and the bell notification next to it so you're alerted every time I post new content. And if you made it through this video, give me a like and a comment. Tell me how you're doing, and let me know if you're doing okay with all of the craziness. That's it. I'll see you guys on Saturday. Hope you have a great week, guys. Bye.